Hey Siri, ask ChatGPT what it means when you have so much to do that you don't do anything.
That feeling is often called overwhelm or paralysis by analysis. Your brain is so overloaded by tasks that it freezes instead of starting any of them. That was from ChatGPT.
Well, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here because today I want to talk about all the things that I'm not doing. And I'm saying this because, well, first of all, I want you to know that you're not alone if you have those same feelings. And also, maybe I just want a little bit of validation to find out that I'm not alone. I have got so many, I feel like I've got so many projects started that nothing's getting done. And I just want to do a little walk around today and talk about that. I mean, look here in the house. We've got this old farmhouse. I fixed up this drywall in this room here, but I haven't finished it yet. I've been putting some drywall material on there and mud, but you know, it's just, I don't spend all my time on that because if I do, I feel like the other things are going to be ignored. So I do a little bit of that. And then, of course, this room, we're working on painting it. We did replace all the windows, and I did paint the trim on all the windows, but now we've got the paint on the walls to finish up. And of course, I had to spackle it before that because, you know, the walls aren't perfect. And then up here, I did some ceiling work, and I've got that started. But over here, I have to fill in the rest of it. But of course, I can't do that yet because I'm going to move the washer and dryer. And to do that, I need to move some electric and some plumbing. So I don't want to close this in just yet. And that's just a few things inside the house. And then there's all the work outside. Now, having an older home means there's always something to do, but I think that's the case with almost any home. Maybe not. Maybe if you have a new perfect home, I don't know what that would be like, but that's pretty cool. So, yeah, projects around the house. We've got this back porch here. I want to screen it in, but that's something I won't get to for a while. Now over here is the carport. You know what happened to that in the wintertime where that fell down. And I did take it down finally, the one that was falling down, but I've still got one wall to clean up. And then I had to figure a way to either replace it with something else or try to salvage it and erect it again. So that's just kind of sitting there. And then not to mention we've got 30 acres of beautiful forest, but I've got firewood that I need to cut up. I bought firewood this year, again, which I'm embarrassed to say because we've got all this firewood here, but I've got to cut it. I've got to plan so far ahead. I've got to cut it, split it, let it season, and time just gets away from me. So I had to buy firewood. And then around the barn, there's work to do. Of course, there's always cleanup. And that's just, I don't know how people do it. That's just a constant struggle to get rid of junk. And I really try, I really do. The back end of the barn, the previous owners never finished it. So I think they can relate to what I'm feeling, but they never finished it. So for the past maybe 20 years, this has been unfinished. The Tyvek has actually fallen off because it's been that long, and the plywood is rotting. So now it's not a matter of finishing it, it's a matter of undoing what they did, because even the doors along the back are rotten. So I need to undo what they did and then basically start over again. And this was so grown up back here that you couldn't even walk. So we have cleared this quite a bit. I've cut more trees down. I need to run the chipper. I need to just cut up whatever I can there. So that's just right around this side of the barn. I'm going to keep walking around, and maybe there'll be no cuts on this video. We'll see if we can do it, because it is just a walk around. Again, so much stuff to clean up and organize. You know, I think even if you have junk, organized junk looks better than just junk laying around. So even if I just organize, which I've kind of done, but put your junk in rows and that helps. Oh, look at this thing. Remember this? Remember this Boland's tractor? Well, I got it running, and I know that you're waiting to see the next steps on this. I need to take the tank out, flush out the tank, replace the filter, and I think it's going to run fine after that, but I still have the issue with the clutch, and the clutch is stuck, so I haven't done that yet. But wintertime came, and the weather got cold, terrible winter, and this just sat. And I don't have a nice space cleaned out in the barn yet because we have more junk to get rid of, more organizing to do, more finishing to do. So this thing sat here all winter, but I'm going to get back to it. I really am. And then here we've got Ermelinda and Kermit, and they're fine, but I want to do more. I want to expand their fence. The old split rail fence is really rotten in a lot of places, and luckily the sheep they're not hard on fences like a lot of livestock, but that's got to be replaced, and I want to extend it as well. I want to take this fence and either extend it or possibly fence in this entire 3-acre hayfield. Now we've been cutting hay out here and we'll continue to do that, but I would like to make a bigger area for the sheep because right now they only have this very small area, which is fine for 2 sheep, but we like them to graze on fresh green grass. So we let them out during the day to free range because they don't leave the property, but they also eat things they shouldn't, like if we try to plant tomato plants or certain flowers. So we don't want them to destroy that, so we need to keep them put away. And then I've got the solar panels are performing really well. I do hope to make a video about that. We're just about coming up on 1 year, so I've been waiting for that year so I can really understand the system and how it works, and hopefully share that with you as well. I've got some IBC totes up here, and they're just waiting for me to cut them the way I do for firewood storage. So when I start cutting and processing firewood, I want to have a place to put it directly. So I've got these IBC totes that I got last summer, and I want to cut those open and do that. So that's on my list as well. And those are just a few of the things. Additionally, we want to continue to clear out the fence line, or not the fence line, the property, what do you call it? The hedgerow. The area between the meadow and the forest. Because nature has been coming in and taking over the meadow, and we don't want to lose this meadow. And the previous owners did a great job by keeping this field mowed at least once or twice a year, and I'm so thankful for that, because they could have just let it go and this would all be forest. So we've cleared a good 10 or 15 feet back, but we want to do more, and that's just more time and labor. Luckily, we've got most of the equipment. We've got the tractor, the saws, the wood chipper, the brush mulcher. So it's all here, and it all just takes time. So I don't know. Oh, I'm also going to plant the wildflowers. So I've got to get this tilled up very soon to get wildflowers in the ground. And I always have these dreams about I'm going to make raised garden beds and have a nice garden, and maybe we will. But again, it's so many things, and I like that term of analysis paralysis, because between you and me, I do sometimes get overwhelmed, but I think I don't admit it. I think I just pick away at things and sometimes choose the thing that I most want to do instead of the thing that I have to do. Is that wrong? I don't know. I justify it by telling myself that, hey, at least you're getting something done. And maybe that's okay. Maybe because all these projects have to be done, and maybe not one of them is complete, but all of them are a little bit complete. And eventually, as you pick away at each little project, one will become complete. That room upstairs that I renovated, it took well over a year. It shouldn't have, but I picked away at it. Well, I'm happy to say that the interior of that room is 100% complete, and it's a great feeling. Now, I did spend the last couple of weeks on that nonstop. I committed myself to finishing that room. I even put trim inside the closet, which is something I've rarely done before. It's like the closet's like, nobody's gonna see that. I completed the whole closet all the way down to the shelving instead of letting it sit. I didn't stop until it was done. And again, that room is 100% complete. The outside of the room obviously isn't yet, but we're getting there. So I guess my point is, if I pick away at projects, if I'm doing at least something every day, it's progress even when it doesn't feel like it. So again, this is sort of just an outpouring of my heart saying, I'm hard on myself because I feel like I'm not getting things done. And that's the point. Nothing's getting completed, but things are happening. So I don't know. Let me know if you agree with that. Everybody has a different style of working. Some people are highly organized. I admit that I'm not. I admit that I'm like a slob and a perfectionist rolled up into one. I sometimes have a messy work area, and I don't like that. And I don't like working in a messy work area, so I need to clean the work area before I can actually work in it. And once I do that, I hit the ground running, and a lot of times once I really get into a project, or at least a part of a project, I don't stop until it's done. So, I don't know. I mean, if you have suggestions, that's great, although a lot of it comes down to personality, and what works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. I'm not one that accepts help when somebody says, "Oh, I'll come do that with you." Well, I work at a different pace, and I kind of like to work alone, and that's probably a flaw as well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I do appreciate you being here, and we'll get on some other projects soon, so keep in touch with that. We're going to be tilling. I've got to go over to Cousin Sarah's farm. She wants me to do some more work there. I've got possibly another tree stump for an uncle to grind up. So lots of things to do and lots of fun. And thank goodness the weather is finally cooperating. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content and you've not yet subscribed on YouTube or followed on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I invite you to join me. Thanks for watching. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.